So far, this oilless fryer from Big Boss has done a pretty respectable job on what I've had to try in there, but I'm going to give it quite a test right now. We are going to see how this thing does with bread. So I've made this loaf of bread and it's been rising for a while, and now I'm ready to go ahead and put it in and see if this thing can handle cooking bread. So I have the loaf of bread inside a pan which I've lined with parchment paper, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on 400 degrees for 20 minutes. Push the thing down, and we're going to see how this thing can handle it. Hopefully it will do as well a job as it's done on everything else. So the one thing I'm going to mention though is that I did put on the extension ring. I have found that that works really well on most things that I've cooked in here so far. So we're going to come back and check on this in about 10 minutes and see how it's doing. We're 10 minutes in and doing our check, and I have to say this is looking really good. Let's have a look from the top. It's browning beautifully. I'm having a feeling that this is going to turn out really well. So we'll see what happens. It's supposed to be 20 to 25 minutes in a regular oven. This has already been 10, so I might come back and check it in another 5. We'll see. You might be wondering what's going on in here. Well, the top of the bread was starting to brown before the bottom of the bread was really done. So I had to put a piece of parchment paper across the top, but then when I turned the machine back on, the parchment paper, even though I had tucked the edges under, it just caught underneath that convection and started flying around the oven. So I had to weigh it down with something. And we're going to go ahead and get this bread out of here. Let's unplug the unit. It's going to be hot, so be careful when you take off the lid and the ring. Everything inside is also going to be hot, so oh my goodness. That is a gorgeous looking bread. Just looks really, really good. You can kind of see here where it was browning a little more than I wanted. That seems to be a consistent problem. I wouldn't really say problem as much as just something I've discovered with this unit, is that it does brown really fast. I think it's the halogen that does that. So I think that I'm learning you just have to be aware that you just need to cover things when they start to do that. So it's kind of hot, but I do want to test the bottom. Feels good, feels quite spongy. So what we're going to do, nice thing about parchment, look how nicely you can just lift that right out. We're going to lift that out of the hot pan and go ahead and let it cool and come back and have a cut of it. See you in a little bit. So we're ready to go ahead and see how the first run of baking bread went. And I normally never do this with a steak knife, but I am currently not in possession of any of my good kitchen equipment, as my kitchen's being worked on and everything's sort of packed away. So forgive the steak knife, and let's go ahead and see how this did. Oh wow. That is a very good looking piece of bread. It's really well baked. Smells amazing. I'm going to get a little butter on this and eat it, and wow, I don't even know what to say about this machine. So far, it has just done a bang up job of everything I've thrown at it. And this bread is amazing. I'm very surprised. So, wow. Nice.